제24회 1번부터 22번까지는 듣고 답하는 문제입니다. 1번부터 20번까지는 한 번만 들려주고 21번부터 22번까지는 두 번 들려줍니다. 방송을 잘 듣고 답을 하기 바랍니다. 1번. 대화를 듣고 남자의 마지막 말에 대한 여자의 응답으로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
Please help me. This is an emergency. Please send the police right now.
Okay, calm down, sir. What is the emergency?
Someone is trying to break into my house.
(2번) 대화를 듣고 여자의 마지막 말에 대한 남자의 응답으로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
I'm looking forward to seeing this movie. The preview seemed quite interesting.
I agree. The show times are on the monitor up there.
Oh no, the 7:30 show is sold out.
(3번) 대화를 듣고 남자의 마지막 말에 대한 여자의 응답으로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
Right this way, please. This is your cabin. Feel free to use the TV and DVD player.
Thanks. It looks great. But I won't have much time for TV. I'm here to work.
Aren't you on summer vacation?
(4번) 다음을 듣고 남자가 하는 말의 목적으로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
Hello, I'm Walter Busby. I live in Chicago. One day I was working in my office on the 28th floor of a skyscraper, dictating some letters to my secretary. Suddenly, the fire alarm rang. I rushed out to the elevator, but it wasn't working. Even worse, the stairs were full of thick smoke. We couldn't go down, so we had to go up to the roof. When we got there, some people were waiting calmly. Others were shouting and screaming wildly. A helicopter managed to land on the roof and rescued 6 of us before the roof collapsed.
(5번) 대화를 듣고 여자의 의견으로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
Do you mind if I change the channel?
Not at all. Is there a certain program you want to watch?
Yes, there's a documentary about Japanese animation on at 8 p.m. It seems like it might be interesting.
I see. It looks like it hasn't started yet. They're showing yet another commercial.
Don't you like TV commercials?
Of course not. I can't stand commercials. How about you?
Well, actually, I like them. Sometimes they're more interesting than the programs.
Really? I think they just waste our time.
I understand what you mean, but I consider commercials to be another kind of entertainment.
Well, I would prefer a TV station that didn't show any commercials.
(6번) 다음을 듣고 여자의 주장으로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
There's no doubt that fur is fashionable and incredibly warm. This is why it has been one of the most popular fashion items for a long time. Fur is also expensive and relatively rare, so it is often seen as a status symbol. However, the process of killing and skinning the animals kept for their fur is brutal and unethical. Some animals are even hung and skinned while they are still alive. It's not right to do something so terrible just to make clothing. This is why animal rights activists protest the sale of items made with fur.
7번. 대화를 듣고 두 사람이 하는 말의 주제로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
I'm excited about the party. I love barbecues.
Me too. But do you know how barbecue cooking was started?
No, I don't. Do you?
Yes, it started with Africans who were brought to America as slaves.
Really?
Yes, the chicken and pork given to African slaves were generally too old and tough to eat.
So what did they do about them?
They soaked the meat in herbs and vinegar to make it tender. Then they cooked it over a low fire made with hickory wood.
I see. That's fascinating.
I agree. Nowadays, everyone loves barbecued meat because it's so tender and delicious.
(8번) 대화를 듣고 두 사람의 관계를 가장 잘 나타낸 것을 고르시오.
First, I want to know what your new book is about.
It's about improving reading skills, including how to read faster and how to expand your vocabulary.
It sounds like it will be useful to most students.
Yes, in fact, I wrote the book to appeal to high school students.
What are some of your tips on how to increase reading speed?
To read fast, you should become familiar with various sentence patterns.
I see. And what is the key to expanding your vocabulary?
While reading, you should use the context to understand the meaning of unfamiliar words.
Interesting. Well, I'm sure your book will be helpful to students. Thank you for the interview.
It was my pleasure.
(9번) 대화를 듣고 그림에서 대화의 내용과 일치하지 않는 것을 고르시오.
There are a lot of fancy cafes and restaurants along this street. That cafe next to Sinhua department store is famous for its terrace.
I've seen it in a soap opera. The restaurant across from it was also featured in a soap opera.
Yes, I remember. Let's go to that bakery next to the restaurant.
But you already bought a birthday cake for your mom in your hand.
I know, but I just want to take a look at their cakes and cookies.
Maybe it's time for us to stop looking around and decide what to buy her as a gift.
I guess you're right. Let's get into that souvenir shop next to the bakery.
She might want something more practical and useful.
She has everything that she needs. I want to give her something that will make her remember Beijing.
That's a good idea. Let's go.
(10번) 대화를 듣고 남자가 여자를 위해 할 일로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
Did you watch the news last night?
Yes, I did. The report on the unemployment rate was kind of depressing.
I know. I hope you'll be able to get a job easily.
Thank you. But I worry about what I'm going to do after graduation. You know, the future looks a little grim for college students these days.
In the past, a diploma meant a job, but these days it doesn't mean as much.
Yes, many companies value practical skills more than a diploma.
Above all, they want the workers to speak a foreign language fluently.
I know. I'm working on it, but it's hard to improve my speaking ability.
Having a native conversation partner is one of the most effective ways. I can introduce you to one of my foreign friends if you want.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you.
(11번) 대화를 듣고 남자가 여자에게 부탁한 일로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
What's wrong, Carl? You look a little upset.
Well, I went to the hospital yesterday.
Why? Are you sick?
No, I just needed a physical checkup, that's all.
So what did your doctor tell you?
He told me I have a small tumor, and I might need an operation.
Really? Is it serious?
I'm not exactly sure, but he said to come by his office again next Thursday.
I hope it's not serious.
Me too. I'm pretty scared.
Don't worry, you'll be fine.
Can you come to the hospital with me next Thursday? I'm too nervous to go alone.
Of course, I'd be glad to.
(12번) 대화를 듣고 남자가 전화를 건 이유를 고르시오.
Hello, can I speak to Anthony's mother or father?
I'm his mother. May I ask who's calling?
This is Steve Parker from Millen High School. I'm Anthony's teacher.
Oh, Mr. Parker. What seems to be the problem? Is he in trouble?
I'm afraid so. He skipped school again today.
Again? I can't believe it.
This has been a problem since the start of the semester.
I'm terribly sorry. I'll keep a closer eye on him from now on.
I want to talk to him first thing tomorrow morning. Please bring him to school tomorrow.
I will. Again, I apologize for his behavior.
(13번) 대화를 듣고 가구 구입에 관해 두 사람이 언급하지 않은 것을 고르시오.
I think it's time to replace our living room furniture.
I agree. I especially want a new sofa.
Let's go to one of the stores on 7th Avenue.
Why don't we look online first?
There are millions of websites. How can we find what we're looking for?
We can use a search engine. It's easy.
I don't trust online companies. They might sell products that are different from the pictures on their website.
If that happens, we can get a refund.
All right, let's look at some websites first.
If we can't find anything good, we can go to some stores together.
That's a good idea. I hope we can get some new furniture by this weekend.
It's possible. Most stores deliver their goods within 2 or 3 days.
(14번) 대화를 듣고 남자가 여행 가려는 달과 추가로 지불해야 할 금액을 고르시오.
Fantasy Tours, how may I help you?
Hi, I made a reservation a few months ago, but I need to change it.
Okay, what is your reservation number?
It's 2006-06103.
Thank you. How do you want to change your honeymoon package tour?
Actually, my wedding has been delayed by 1 month. Do you offer the same package tour in July?
Yes, we do, but it's a little more expensive than the one in June.
Why is it more expensive?
Because July is the peak season.
I see. How much more is it?
It's just $40 more, but I'm afraid there's also a $25 charge for changing the reservation.
That's fine. Change the reservation, please.
(15번) 남자의 자동차 사고에 관한 다음 내용을 듣고 일치하지 않는 것을 고르시오.
I remember getting into a car accident a couple of years ago. I was driving and came to a red light, so I stopped. However, the driver behind me wasn't paying attention and rear-ended me. The crash was quite serious. My back bumper was completely crushed. I was also injured by the impact. I didn't have to stay in the hospital, but I had to wear a neck brace for a while. I was compensated for the damages, and the other driver's insurance company covered all the expenses. Ever since the accident, I've tended to drive more carefully.
(16번) 웃다가 죽은 사람들에 관한 다음 내용을 듣고 일치하지 않는 것을 고르시오.
Have you heard about someone who died from laughing? In the 9th century BC, a Greek philosopher died of laughter after giving his donkey some wine and watching it try to eat some figs. And in 1975, a 50-year-old Englishman died of laughing while watching an episode of the television series The Goodies. After 25 minutes of continuous laughter, he slumped on the sofa and died from heart failure. His widow later sent the cast of the TV show a letter thanking them for making the final moments of his life so pleasant. Finally, in 1989, a Danish man died laughing while watching the film A Fish Called Wanda. His heart was estimated to have been beating at between 250 and 500 beats per minute before he died.
(17번) 다음 예약 카드를 보면서 대화를 듣고 일치하지 않는 것을 고르시오.
Hello, Hilltop Hotel. How can I help you?
Hi, I'd like to make a reservation.
Okay. May I have your name, please?
It's Alice Hudson. I'd like to stay from the 29th to the 31st of July.
Sorry, ma'am. We don't have any vacancies on those dates. We do have several rooms available this weekend, though.
I'm afraid that's too soon. Are there any vacancies for the first weekend in August?
I'm afraid not. If you can make it on the 22nd of July, however, I'll give you 10% discount.
Really? Today is the 17th, right? Okay, I'll take a room from the 22nd to the 24th.
What type of room would you like?
Actually, there are 4 of us, so I'd like 2 twin rooms.
Okay. We also offer breakfast for an additional $3 per person per day.
Please include breakfast then.
(18번) 대화를 듣고 남자의 마지막 말에 대한 여자의 응답으로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
Did you watch the soccer game last night?
I sure did. I was so excited that I could hardly sleep after the game.
Do you often watch soccer?
Not often, but it's the World Cup. Everybody is talking about soccer these days.
Are you going to buy a jersey?
Do you mean our national team's jersey?
Yes, it seems like everyone in our country has one.
No, probably not. But I'll watch every game and cheer them on.
I like cheering for them while wearing the same jersey. I actually have 2. If you want, I can lend you one.
(19번) 대화를 듣고 여자의 마지막 말에 대한 남자의 응답으로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
What do you think are some of the benefits of using computers?
I think computers help people in many ways. Have you ever made a reservation online?
Yes, it was very convenient.
Absolutely. I make all kinds of online reservations, from movie tickets to airplane seats.
I usually pay my bills and check my bank statement online.
Me too. Computers really make our life easier and more convenient.
I agree. Today, wherever you go, you can see a computer on everyone's desk. Most people can't work without one.
Yes. Without them, everything would fall apart.
(20번) 다음 상황 설명을 듣고 캐시의 친구들이 캐시에게 할 말로 가장 적절한 것을 고르시오.
Matt believes that there is no sport that can take the place of swimming. He knows that swimming builds up a person's muscles, heart, and lungs. It also improves strength and power. Jane, however, likes swimming for another reason. She believes there is very little risk of injury and that it's an activity you can do even when you get old. Kate, on the other hand, enjoys swimming because it gives her a feeling of peace in her mind. She says swimming helps her sleep better at night. All of them want to recommend swimming to their friend, Kathy, who rarely exercises. In this situation, what would Kathy's friends most likely say to Kathy?
(21번부터 22번까지는 두 번 들려줍니다. 21번과 22번. 대화를 듣고 물음에 답하시오.
Can you put the laundry in the washing machine?
Sure. Do you want me to wash the whites or the colors?
Start with the whites, please.
Your washing machine looks somewhat different from mine.
It's a top-loading washing machine. The lid opens on the top.
Can it also work as a dryer?
Some do, but not mine. I just hang my wash out to dry.
I see. Does it need a special type of detergent?
No, either powdered or liquid laundry detergent can be used.
Do you usually use fabric softener with the detergent?
Yes, top-loading washing machines are fast, but they're tougher on clothes.
Okay. I put in the clothes, the fabric softener, and the detergent.
Good. Now make sure to change the water temperature to warm.
Wow, there are so many buttons here.
Because it has many different functions, just push the temperature button on the left.
다시 한번 듣겠습니다.
Can you put the laundry in the washing machine?
Sure. Do you want me to wash the whites or the colors?
Start with the whites, please.
Your washing machine looks somewhat different from mine.
It's a top-loading washing machine. The lid opens on the top.
Can it also work as a dryer?
Some do, but not mine. I just hang my wash out to dry.
I see. Does it need a special type of detergent?
No, either powdered or liquid laundry detergent can be used.
Do you usually use fabric softener with the detergent?
Yes, top-loading washing machines are fast, but they're tougher on clothes.
Okay. I put in the clothes, the fabric softener, and the detergent.
Good. Now make sure to change the water temperature to warm.
Wow, there are so many buttons here.
Because it has many different functions, just push the temperature button on the left.
21번. 여자가 남자에게 부탁한 일로 가장 적절한 것은? (22번) 여자의 세탁기에 관한 내용과 일치하지 않는 것은?